What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full best dragon type Pokemon team. Now, we did do the worst dragon, so I thought it's time to do the best one. It's only fitting, right? So you can probably guess what today's question is. What is the best dragon type in your opinion? Leave it below in the comment section. I want to know, I really want to know which one is the most popular. Obviously, mine is Dragonite. I know, guys, I know that comes as a surprise for you. I bet you totally never guessed that one. But please, leave below in the comment section. Let's go for a like goal today of, let's go for 2,000 likes, people. Hit that like button. I want to see if we can we reach the goal, people. It's all up to you. Let's see if we can do it. All right, we have a battle on my Discord. This one was against Nido King. If you guys do want to battle me or just come and hang out in the Discord, anyone is welcome. That's in the description of the video. All right, so going for a Dragon Tail on the Iron Tail, Hacker Exposed, and that's nearly going to take it out in one shot. It's able to get off the Stealth Rocks as well, which is kind of unfortunate because a lot of these Dragon types that I'm using are flying. So I'm going to take out the Lycanroc with my Crunch. I'm running a physical Hydreigon. We've got max attack and max speed. U-turn, Dragon Rush, Dragon Tail. Iron Tail, Dragon Tail. And Crunch, we've got ability Levitate and item Assault Vest. So that worked out fairly nicely in a lot of the battles. So I've got U-turn just for scouting and Dragon Rush for some salty flinches. So anyway, I'm going to go for the Iron Tail against the Carving and use it first. I don't even know what strategy they're going to use at the moment. So going for another Iron Tail. This time it lands. It doesn't even take it down to the sturdy. What the fuck? And now it's going to go for the Ancient Power. They'll probably expect me to miss again. And they don't get a Scumbag boost. And now I can take the Carbink out with a Crunch. What was that? This battle was insane. We're going to take that one out with a crit too. We all know that one totally mattered. So, the third Pokemon. Guys, I think we're going to have a Friday video here. Epic Hydreigon sweep. Now, we've got Mr. Bubbles coming out. I'm going to go for the Dragon Rush. And it lands. It has shaky accuracy. It does pretty good damage to the Feraligatr. And I'm going to flinch, guys. I'm going to take out 3 Pokemon. This is amazing. Anyway, so go for Dragon Rush again. It doesn't miss. I landed on the Feraligatr. And that is going to go down. Woo! So we got the mini sweep happening at the moment. I think, guys, this epic Hydreigon sweep. It's happening right now. I've just tricked you all. This is a sweet video. So out comes the Sudowoodo. Look at its expression on its face. It's so excited to be in the battle. It's going to miss, and now it's going to go for the Ice Punch on my Hydreigon. But the good news is I don't get freeze, and I do not go down. So now I'm going to go for the Dragon Rush again, hoping for a scummy flinch on the Sudowoodo. Does pretty good damage. It does have nice base defense, and that is not going to be the case. And rest in peace, Hydreigon sweep. Oh, guys, the dream was nearly real. So I do lose that Pokemon, but man, it took out half the team. So now I'm going into my Haxorus. This was a interesting set I've used a couple of times. So this is relying totally on hacks, of course. We've got Focus Energy, Dual Chop, Iron Tail, and Home Claws, Ability Mold Breaker, and Item Scope Lens. So we're going for those Dual Chop crits there, busting through any stashes or substitutes or sturdy or anything like that. We've got max attack and max speed with the Jolly Nature. Okay, so going for the Dual Chop on the Sudowoodo, does some amazing damage, and that's going to take out the Sudowoodo. I love how Sudowoodo faints. Guys, I thought up a really good theme team the other day. It was like best fainting animations Pokemon. What do you think of that? Like, you know, the Pokemon that look the coolest when they faint. Like, what do you think of that theme team? Do you reckon we should do that? It's pretty cool. Give me some suggestions as well. All right, so now we got the Alolan Mutt coming out. It's going to go for the knockoff and take out my Haxorus. But that's all right there. I'm kind of happy with that. I've still got 4 Pokemon running. So they're going to reveal that I've got Scope Lens and seeing my scummy strategy. Muck's going to get a little bit of health back, which is fine. So now, swapping in my Salamence. This is a fully special Salamence. We've got Draco Meteor, Fire Blast, Air Cutter, and Hydro Pump. So getting the Intimidate off on the Muck. So obviously none of its moves are going to be able to take me out. I'm going to go for the Air Cutter on the Muck here. And it lives on 1 health. I can't believe it. So now it's going to go for the Poison Jab on my Salamence. And for some reason, I don't get poisoned. I'm not sure why. I don't know, guys. I wasn't playing at that point. It must have been it. Someone else was playing. So now the Muck's going to go down to Air Cutter this time. And finally, guys, I picked out the worst special flying move to use on Salamence. I also had Flying EMZ as the item as well, of course. I bet you never guessed that one. We've got max special attack and max speed as the EVs as well. So now we got the Charizard coming out, the last Pokemon. Just hang on. I get that Hydro Pump off. Now they're going to go for a Dragon Dance. I'm like, this is dangerous. So it's got a +1 in attack. and a +1 in the speed, right? So now it's going to Digivolve into Charizard X. I'm like, oh no. It's got a +1 attack, +1 speed, and it's going to just, it could literally use any Dragon-type physical move, and it's going to completely wipe my team. So now it's going to outspeed me, go for the Drag Claw, and that's going to take out my Salamence. So that's down. I've still got 3 Pokemon remaining, though. Alright, so I've got my bulky Dragonite here. This one is obviously a max health, max special defense set with the multi-scale. Unfortunately, that Stealth Rocks really does wreck my strategy, and now it's going to go for a Dragon Claw and take out my Dragonite. However, I do have a little strategy in mind to take out their last Pokemon. So, of course, on this team, I want to run Garchomp, right? So this Garchomp set was a very tanky one. It was more of like a kind of support on this team. So on this set, I had Rest, Sleep Talk, Dragon Tail, and Bulldoze. I had the Rocky Helmet and the Rough Skin as the ability and the item, and that is going to be enough to take out the Charizard. Now, they actually thought they had the battle at this point in the game. I held Garchomp back until then to deliberately troll him. It was beautiful, Salt, and I love Salt. Let's get on to the next battle. This is a battle against Grandpa Sarge on my chat. Now we got a Rhyperior lead. Now, this battle was nuts because I'm not even going to give that one away. I'll let you know in a second as we get into it. So we got a Rhyperior Elite. Really, I can't do much of this at all. It's a very big defensive wall. Even if it's it's more of an offensive set, it's just so tanky defense. So going for the U-turn and going into Guzzlord here. So I put Guzzlord on this team because Guzzlord's it's one of my favorite Dragon types. It's probably not the best, but I think it's very underrated, and to me, it's one of the best Dragon types. So anyway, we're going to go for the Draco Meteor here. I'm running a Choice Scarf set on this one. We've got, it's got amazing speed, guys. Choice Scarf works really well. We've got Dark Pulse, Ring Out, Sludge Wave, and Draco Meteor, and obviously we've got the Beast Boost as the ability. So now we've got the Ice Punch from the Rhyperior, and that's going to be enough to take out my Guzzlord. So unfortunately, I had Ice Punch, and it's not like any of my Pokemon could have swapped into that, right? Okay, so now we got the Garchomp. So I thought, well, I might be able to get the Ice Punch or the Rocky Helmet going on here, but I thought, let's just take it out with the Bulldoze, that's fine. And that's going to take it out with the Critical Hit. So this had max health and max defense, Rest, Sleep, Talk, Dragon Tail. Now this could work really well with Stealth Rocks on the field, but I didn't actually have Stealth Rocks on this team, so it probably wasn't the best well-suited for this. So anyway, we got Salamence coming out, another drag, like another weakness. So now we got the Salamence going for, I don't know, like, Z Dragon Rage. Anyway, so it's going to go for that, and my Garchomp is definitely not going to be able to live this one. Even if it was coming from a physical move, like Z, Dragon Claw, I didn't think I was probably going to live this one. So now Meds is going to fire an Aerodactyl out of its ass, and that's going to land into my Garchomp, and that's going to be enough to easily take me out about 1,000% damage. So Garchomp goes down, and once again, it's not like this in this battle, right? I couldn't make any swaps because the opponent always seemed to have like a freaking Dragon type move or an Ice type move. Anyway, so getting the Intimidate up, which is going to matter so much. And now I'm going to go for Draco Meteor. I outspeeded. Thank goodness I ran Timid. It could have been a speed tire there as well. I wasn't sure if they were running Timid one as well. And that's going to take out the Salamence in one shot. Thank goodness that outsped and it hit, because that could have been game then. So down goes their Salamence. But guys, the fun does not actually end here. So now we've got the Milotic coming out, which is definitely not going to use the Ice type move. So Salamence really can't do much here. I was like, well, what am I going to swap into? An Ice Beam? So I thought the best swap in here would go into my Assault Vest Hydreigon. So the Milotic is probably going to be more of a bulky set, I was hoping, and it definitely is. And I'm going to be able to eat that up. So it's a 3-hit KO. So now I'm going to go for the Crunch against the Milotic. I actually get a really nice crit here. That does well over half. So, however, I do think I would have definitely taken it out anyway, because it's still a 3-hit KO. So now we've got the Milotic going for the... We're going for the Ice Beam. I actually lived that one due to my Assault Vest. Now I'm going to go for the Dragon Rush because it's got higher, it's got a chance for a crit. And it actually takes it out, which was nice. So Milotic goes down, but I guess I could have just revenge killed that if it did live. So now we've got the Escavalier coming out. This thing is very, very tanky. So I thought there's no point in me swapping out at all. So I'm going to go for the Crunch and see if I can drop its defense, which I do, which is really nice. So your Hydreigon got some nice little hacks there. And now Escavalier is going to go for the Fell Stinger, and that's going to take me out. And it's going to give the Escavalier a +3 in freaking attack. Not that it needed any more attack because it's already like super sky high. Okay, so now I've got my Salamence. I've got Fire Blast in this thing. Obviously, I really needed it for Steel type Pokemon. I'm going to get the Intimidate off too, which is going to be handy, but I don't plan to let this thing attack me at all, right? So I thought to go for my Z move now, but I thought, no, let's go for Fire Blast in case, in case it actually swaps into another Pokemon. It's going to use Protect, so it's good I didn't use my Z move then. I would have actually burned it up. So this time I decided to go for my Z move. I thought, this is going to come fairly close. I don't want to go for the Fire Blast in case, because I've got a couple of other Pokemon that are actually resistant to that. So, one other Pokemon that I thought could actually come in. So now we got the Supersonic from the Salamence. Now, remember, this is coming off Air Slash. It really isn't very strong. It's not coming off like Fly or something like that, or Aerial Ice. So anyway, we've got the Escavalier. It's got very good defense, and it just lives. And now it's going to go for a Smart Strike, and that's going to be enough to take out my Salamence in one shot, because it got friggin' +2 in attack and stab. Okay, so now it's going to go down to the Life Orb damage. I guess that was good, but man, I could have gone for Fire Blast, but I mean, it could have missed too. So now going into my Haxorus, this is like my last chance at actually trying to get back against this team. So we got the Electivire coming out. So I was like, well, I bet this is going to have Ice Punch. So now going for the Home Claws. Haxorus is actually fairly bulky in its defenses, and if it did have Ice Punch, I knew that it wouldn't take it out because it's not Stab. And Electivire's, Electivire's a decent attack, but it's not going to be enough to take out Haxorus. So now it's going to do about 3/4 damage to me like I thought it would. And now I'm going to go for the Dual Chop, hoping my Scope Lens actually kicks in here. And it doesn't. So now Electivire's going to be able to take me out with the Ice Punch, and that is my Haxorus down. Now, I could have gone for a Focus Energy there instead of Home Claws, but it would have been around the same damage, and if I did get one crit there, it would have nearly been enough to take it out. So my last Pokemon is my Dragonite. This is the bulky Special Defense set. The only moves I've really got on this are Toxic and Sky Chop, and I'm going to get hit by the Ice Punch. I actually tank that really nicely, and then I get Freeze Hacks right at the end. So, isn't that iconic, people, me getting Freeze Hacks? That's never happened before. Now, Electivire can freely go for another Ice Punch and take out my Dragonite, because now my multi-scale is gone, my stalling capacities are gone, and I'm also like, I don't know, how can you be frozen? Look, the Dragonite's just sitting in there. How does it even fly still? So Dragonite goes down. It actually moves its wings when it gets KO'd, which is quite funny. And that is that battle. Oh, guys, did I mention it's a triple battle special tonight? Now, this was a battle on my Discord as well. This one was against Leaf Surfer. So we have a Nidoking lead. I'm leading off with old Faithful Hydreigon. So, going for the Dragon Rush on the Nidoking. I knew it wouldn't take it out, but it did some fair damage to it. I get some big damage, take it out with a crit. I was like, oh man, here we go again. Can we get the Hydreigon sweep happening? Can we do it, people? So now, we got the second Pokemon coming out, which is the Bouffalant. So this is a fairly offensive Pokemon. I know if it's got head charge, it's really going to hurt. So I've got to hurt it before it hurts me. So now go for the Dragon Rush. Does pretty good damage. It doesn't flinch. However, we got the Taurus's evolution going for the head charge. Does some big damage. Hydreigon actually tanks that one, which is really nice. And now it's going to put it in range to take it out with another Dragon Rush. Hydreigon taking out 2 Pokemon again. Wait, I think it took out 3 before. But man, it just did really well in most of the battles. So now we got the Sawile coming out, which is the Weavile. So like, this is going to be difficult. I do have my Garchomp. It depends on what moves it's running, though. So now it's going to go for the Ice Shard, a weak Ice move, which I know my other Pokemon can live, but it's just the fact that, if it's got other moves or not. So that's going to take out my Hydreigon. So I was thinking, well, I could swap in my Guzzle here. I know that I can live I know that I can definitely live an Ice Shard from this. I know that I'm probably not going to be outspeed, so let's go for the Ring Out and see what we can do. They go for the Low Kick, almost taking me out. Going for the Ring Out on the Weavile, and it kind of does underwhelming damage, unfortunately. At least it did some kind of damage. Now it's going to go for the Ice Punch. Oh my goodness, and that's going to take my Guzzle out. I love Shiny Guzzle. It looks so cool. Okay, so that goes down. We've still got 4 Pokemon remaining, though. So we got my bulky defensive Garchomp. It's got Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin as well. Now the Weavile's going to go for the Ice Punch, and unfortunately I'm 4 times weak to that, and that's going to take me out in one shot. So I got the Rough Skin, and I got the Rocky Helmet, but it wasn't quite enough to take out the Weavile, unfortunately. So this thing is just sweeping through my team in the way. So I've got 3 Pokemon remaining. So I've got my Salamence. I've at least got the Intimidate up, which is good. So I was thinking I could swap in Salamence and then swap out again. So I was thinking about doing that, and I thought, they're probably going to expect that, so I'm going to stay in this time. So they're going to go for the knockoff there, which is going to not work because I've got a Z Crystal, and I'm going to finish off the Weavile with the Air Cutter. So that's down. That was a good threatening Pokemon out of the way. I think I could have gone down to the Ice Punch then, even with the Intimidate up. So now we got a Zeraora coming out. I was like, oh my god, my body really wasn't ready for this. It's going to go for the Plasma Fist. So if you guys haven't seen Zeraora in action, Plasma Fist is its signature move, and it does whenever it does Plasma Fist, it does that really cool like little animation. So that's kind of awesome. So now I've got my Dragonite. This is my bulky Dragonite. I know that I can live something from this because I got Multi-Scale, and then if I can get a Toxic up against it, I might be able to stall it out. So anyway, the Zero's going to go for its attack again. Every time it uses Plasma Fist, it does that animation. So it's kind of long actually versing this thing. Now, it's got a cool ability too. Say after it uses that move, right, if you use it like a normal type move, it kind of acts as the move like Iron Deluge. So say you use a normal type move, it'll give it a lightning rod boost. It's pretty damn overpowered. So now we got the poison up on the Zeraora. Now, Dragonite here is going to have to go for the Roost. That's all I can really do. I was actually tossing out whether I should go for the Sky Drop or not to try and do a little bit of damage and stall out the Toxic against this thing. But I thought, no, let's go for the Roost. So I just left that one on 25 health, and now I'm going to go for the Roost. Now, I couldn't use Wrap because it was a normal type move either, so I was like, crap, this is not too good. So now I've got my 3/4 of my health back with the Leftovers Recovery, but I was thinking even here, gee, I don't know if I'm actually going to live the next one, whether they get min or max damage. So getting some more Toxic rounds up against the Zeraora. It's going to go for the Plasma Fist. I think this is the 4th time it's going for it. And I was hoping I could actually get this one off because I was going to go for the Sky Drop. Unfortunately for me, Dragonite is going to go down to that. It was Special Defensive wall, and that is down. But I got some more Toxic damage against it. You know, at least that's it, right? So the last Pokemon is Hacktorus. Now, as you guys know, Hacktorus is a fairly bulky Pokemon, and I'm quite certain I can live most things this throws at me. So I'm going to go for the Dual Chop. I don't have time to go for Focus Energy. I don't have time to go for Hone Claws. So now it's going to go for Plasma Fist. This one is going to be not very effective, so I definitely think they have choice, in there, probably like Choice Scarf or something like that. And now we got the Dual Chop coming from that, and that's going to be enough to take out the Zora, which was good. I get a nice little handy crit there. That could have mattered, I'm not sure. Then again, it had the Toxic Recall afterwards, so you know, that definitely would have lived that one. So the next Pokemon they've got is the Troll Knight. So I was like, oh, what Dragonite set is this going to be? So I thought, let's set up this Hone Claws, because there's no way I'm going to be able to take up the Dragonite with one Dual Chop. It's got a Multi-Scale, and it may not crit. So now we've got the Dragonite go for the Toxic. So it's the bulky, obviously it's a bulky set like my Dragonite was. Maybe they didn't have like a huge offensive move. Similar to mine, I had Sky Drop. That was my best move. Anyway, so I'm poisoned. Now I'm going to go for Dual Chop. I cannot go for Focus Energy. It's too risky being poisoned. And Dual Chop does a lot of damage. That's going to take out the Dragonite in, 1 or 2 shots. So the last Pokemon they have is the Politoed. Now, I was actually kind of worried about this one. I was like, this is probably going to have Ice Beam, right? I've got to take this out in one shot. I have to get a crit. I have to at least get one crit to take Politoed out. Politoed is fairly tanky, right? I've got +1 at attack. Dual Chop's base power is really weak, though, so I had to get one crit. I needed that one crit really bad. So go for the Dual Chop, and guess what, guys? It doesn't crit, and Politoed is going to use Ice Beam, and that is going to be enough to take out my Haxorus. God damn! I had some really good battles with this team, but I had some, it was really hard with the matchups, too. Anyway, people, hope you enjoyed all 3 of these battles. We've got a bonus battle in, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.